Startling figures collated on behalf of makeawill.co.uk have revealed that almost 2/3 of people in the UK do not have a will. And even more alarmingly, over 3/4 of parents with children under the age of 5 have not made a will. With the shocking statistic that on average 17,000 people die unexpectedly in the UK every year, it is clear that more needs to be done to raise awareness of the importance of making a will.
It really is very worrying that such a large percentage of the population don't have a will in place, because it can leave lots of problems for their loved ones once they pass on. It's especially worrying that many parents don't have a will, because they need to specify in their will who they'd like to take guardianship of their children, because otherwise it would be left for the local authority to make that decision for them.
From my experience with the Jennifer charity, the importance of having a will in place for a family, I believe, is absolutely paramount. The devastation of losing a close relative causes absolute chaos within the family environment, and to having to organise the assets of the family personally or without a will via a solicitor is very difficult and a very, very stressful time.
Yes, the first excuse that people seem to think that they know who their estate will go to once they pass away is quite a big misconception, because unless they specify in the will, the entire estate will be dictated according to the laws of intestacy, which could mean that in some cases the entire estate would pass to the government. The second excuse, that the whole process is too expensive and it will just cost them far too much, is quite a big misconception, because there are many alternatives now to the traditional route of going to the high street solicitor to get your will done. You can now complete your will online, and the cost of that is far lower because of the savings in solicitor costs. A common excuse people give for not making a will is that the whole process is too time-consuming and intimidating, but this is really not the case anymore. Now you can complete your will from the comfort of your own home. You can use a number of online solutions such as what we offer at makeawill.co.uk. The process is very straightforward. You just need to work out how you want your estate to be distributed. You can then go on to the website and complete an application form, and then your will be generated and you can just print it off straight away to use.
With the death of my wife, which we were just in our mid-20s, we'd never considered or would have considered having a will, and to suddenly have a death thrust upon you and then having to fight for the ownership of your own property, where matters are where assets are in joint names, there isn't any problem. The legal transfer happens automatically. However, where there's ownership in one person's name, you've then got to start fighting the authorities and going through lots and lots of legal red tape just to get the ownership of those assets transferred.
Anyone out there that's now thinking about making a will, my top tip would be to start by thinking about how you'd like your estate to be divided up. Think if you have any other wishes you might want carried out, for example funeral wishes, and thirdly, if you have children, it's vitally important you think about who you'd like to pass guardianship over to in the event that you weren't around. And finally, I would do your research. There's plenty of online websites that you can visit, such as www.makeawill.co.uk, where you can find further information.